All right, then back with some Cactus Air Force. We're going to proceed from the planning phase to the operations phase. You only do your planning phase once a day, and the operations go on for 10 hours. So 10 chances for each player to move their aircraft and have combat/bombing missions. Oh, let's see. Now, there's no mutual bombing card available. We didn't pull any of that, so we are ready for the intruder first hour. And the intruder moves all his air units. Then he has combat, anti-aircraft fire from aircraft that are on the same grid as, I guess, airstrips. And we'll see if they're anti-aircraft fire from if you're trying to bomb a infantry unit. So I'll have to check that anti-aircraft fire on out here real quick. But let me go ahead and check out my aircraft as the Japanese player and find out what kind of missions I want to send them on. Like we said earlier, the little line that the Japanese units have to make it to is right here at 13. So all the targets are from this little line on over. U.S. player, on the other hand, he's got aircraft right here, and his first target's right there. So that's Japanese. Or that's the Allied target. Another Allied target. So the Allies got targets pretty close to where there ain't no Japanese planes or aircraft that can intercept them for a ways away. But the Japanese/intruder interceptor player, intruder player can go first. So we'll keep that in mind. Take a look at all this. It'll be a while. I'm going to study this, enjoy my day. We got YouTube videos to watch. Oh, look at that. We got the players aid guys up there. Oh, and San Diego Historicon's done come and gone. Man, I'm talking about being flat-footed. Well, I had a bunch of stuff I had to do yesterday. That's one of the things about working 50, 60 hours a week. When it comes to the weekend, you're busy. Today, I just got a little bit of time here, and I should be out doing yard work, but what a shame it's raining. So, yeah, we're going to play some Cactus Air Force. But big shout-out to the big old Historicon. That sounds great. Harold Buchanan, I think, runs a lot of those. I went to, we were on, he had his last, I don't know if it was San Diego Historicon, but his last convention was a little short on actual game playing, and it was more of a seminars, which is all good. But yeah, he gave me my money back. I think I was only like $2 or $3, but I kind of, I don't know if I complain. I guess if it comes down to it, I bitched. I bitched because there wasn't enough games, and I don't know. But he did give me my money back. I don't know. I haven't looked into San Diego Historicon to see if it's game friendly, because the last one Harold Buchanan had was, and there's nothing against it, but I always want to compare them to the Armchair Dragoons online convention. I had a blast playing games on that. That was great. I played them all on Tabletop Simulator, I think, or something. It was a great time. But I haven't had a chance for Historicon. Yeah, time is few and far between, free time here at the GWD channel during the summer. But we're going to go ahead and come back. When we come back, we're going to have us some these based units for a Japanese player. Commence operations. We'll be back with our decision games, mini game. Cactus Air Force, little games for a little time. We're back. Opening moves here on Cactus Air Force. And it's the Imperial Japanese Navy's turn. All right, what if their army is incorporated? Remember, you got to remember in the Japanese armed forces, there was a big rivalry between the Army and the Navy and the Air Force. So let's see. Looking at this as a Japanese player, the first thing you'll notice is that your infantry down here at Cape Esperance is vulnerable. They're going to get hit right away. That's victory points for an allied player. This only comes into effect. This target is the Naval Battle of Guadalcanal, and it only comes into effect when you draw the card. So we don't have to worry about that one, but they're going to go off and hit this right away. They also got a close target here with the Tokyo Express. I'm not sure. I'm not that much of a historian, but I think from playing all my past games and stuff, that's some kind of like a supply line, maybe. Alright, so there are 2 targets that the Allies are going to hit right away. Then we got no chance to cover. There's also more infantry here at Munda space, at the Munda space. Problem is, at this airfield right here, we have I think a Japanese 0, but its capacity is only 1. That's why there's only 1 there. So he's going to go out for an interception with those 3 dice he can throw. And he's got a nice distance, nice range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Puts him right here. In case any of these guys launch off, we'll have to wait till another turn, the next hour. We can intercept there. Or we got a bunch of them coming from Australia. Do I go 1, 2, 3, 4? Get ready to intercept that way. There you go. It's my only unit. All these units are going to be able to move. You'll see the airspace get crowded here real quick. We just got to find out who's going where and what you can do about it. In this game right here, like I said, infantry at Cape Esperance. And they're right there getting ready to... They're already on Guadalcanal, I guess, and they're getting ready to take over Henderson Field. Now, there's no offensive operations in this game where they move. You just bomb. This is all just targets for Allies and the Japanese. But you can see here, like I said, this is at 13. That's where all of our targets come in. So what do? Do we put up a curtain to try to protect us? It'll come in with my moves. But right now, we got to decide what to do with this 0 and all the other air units at a greater distance away from their targets. We back. All right. All air units are in the air, are in flight. And there you go. We decided to move him on up to get there as quick as possible. We'll see what you want to do with these base units. There you go. We got some A6M. There's a couple of them there, but I don't know what the difference is. They don't really have a difference. Like I said, this is the one, probably the first counter I pulled on out. You can see the damage on that one. You don't see that on the other ones. I learned real quick. So there they are, and bowing behind them at their maximum range. Here we go. Now these boys here, you see they only had moved 2. They came from this air base and so on. So we got them all in the air. They were based mostly here, here, and here. These bases here we didn't really use, but they are off their maximum. And there is the position of the air units. This white dotted line is a radar range, and if you were playing another player, you'd be able to examine all the units on their stack. Now you could always see the first unit here, and but you can't examine stacks unless they're in here, and that's for the U.S. player. So there you go. We are ready for the first hour's move of the Allies. We'll see what we're going to do with those units. We're back with the Japanese player already with the 1 point advantage from card play. Alright, so in this game you go by hour. And this is the first hour, and we have all the movements and all the aircraft aloft. They're in flight. Here is the units that took off from Henderson Field, and in this month of August, its capacity is 2, where that question mark would be. We took off. Now this fighter could have came and went against that A6M, Japanese 0, I'm assuming, but he would only roll 2 die. So we're going to keep these boys together in case the expected ambush comes after we drop our 2 bombs on the unprotected infantry of the Japanese here at Cape Esperance. So there you go. We'll be rolling 2 dice on that, hoping to get a 5 and 6 are the key numbers to eliminate things in this game. So there you go. He's just covering. He's running combat air patrol. He's running cap or escort. I guess there's all kinds of terms there. Meanwhile, we got all these planes here. Took off from Australia. You can see they're maxed out in their range. This old boy, a fighter / bomber. He could put a bomb on the old infantry at Munda. Now we'll see coming next hour if they want to gather first, because they're going to beat us there. If they want to get there, you can see how we're all coming on in. That's the extent of it. Then it'll be his turn. This will all change and be filled with Japanese units. We'll see what we want to do there. Here's a nice little spot here with this B-17. It's got a nice little anti-aircraft number on the left. 4 bombs. And I guess that anti-aircraft numbers from all those that thing's loaded with turrets, and there it's reflected on there. Now below it's got a nice little anti-aircraft number there too, and a bomb. What unit is that? Ooh, oh, I can't read it. I can't read it. B-26 maybe. Yeah, I got our big B-25 or B-15 or B-16s, B-17s. I'll get it right one of these days. And B-26. So there you go. So that was the extent of the movement, and we do have a combat coming on here now. Let's see here. It is down here with the old. There you go. It is a seaplane. It's a bomber, PBY, but it can roll 2 dice. When we roll 2 dice, we're looking for a 5 or 6 to successfully bomb the infantry here at Cape Exuberance. But before that, I want to check out some anti-aircraft capability. I don't know if that's only if you bomb, what do you call it? I know for sure if you bomb airstrips, and it comes into effect, but I don't know. I would think that everybody'd have some anti-aircraft capability. We're going to check that rule out real quick right now, and we'll be right back. And I was correct when I assumed that just the air strips or air bases can fire anti-aircraft. And in this game, it's simple. It's just their rated capacity. So you'd be rolling 1 die if I was bombing short lands. 3 die if I was bombing caving, Red Bull 8, and so on and so forth. So if somebody comes down here to bomb Guadalcanal, a Japanese unit, I'll be rolling 2 die anti-aircraft die because its capacity is 2. So that answers that question. There will be no anti-aircraft fire at Cape Exuberance, and we're trying to get a 5 or a 6, at least a 6, I think, rolling 2 dice represented by those 2 bombs. And that is no good. So what you do then is turn this over, and I believe his bombing capability is done for the day. He can't bomb again till maybe next month. Yeah, I think that's it. So on these seaplane bombers, that's his capacity. We'll have to write that down or something. That turning over to the side is their way to signify that he has dropped his bombs and he is done. We'll put the right plane up here, and we'll brace for an interception, I guess. But that is the combat. That's the way that works. The infantry, Japanese infantry, right outside of Guadalcanal, survived. And that will be... Oh, you know what we need to do, though? We forgot. Is that bombing was increased 1 hour. Or was increased by 1. So that would have been a 3 and a 2. Still didn't get us nothing. And as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, oof. All right, well, this card is done with. It only goes for 1 hour. That's this hour this, and this hour's done. So that might have been a little bit of a waste of a card. It would have helped. I mean, we were trying to get what we did. So anyway, this gets reshuffled. I'll reshuffle that. We'll keep this one. Well, no. This is the hour right now. So I played this card wrong for 1 hour. And this is the hour I played it. And there's no air combat. So kind of pulled my pud being a rookie greenhorn mistakes. So let's play it fair. I do what I did. So there you go. Those cards are done with. One didn't come into effect. One didn't come into effect, but it really didn't help us out a lot. So a little tip. You learn this game. Like I don't know what I was thinking. I thought these guys would all get mixed together, but I was 1 turn away. Kind of pre-ejaculated on that one. We'll be back. All right, another quick glance at the rules. And once you bomb, you're done for the month, done for the turn. So there you go. It might be a case of, if you're playing this game, waiting out, timing the enemy's flights when they come back and land, and that's when you take off your bombers to get their aircraft when they're stationed or when they're based. But like I said, the initial is what it is, and we launched all our aircraft, and we're going for some nice targets here. But that is the end of hour number 1. We'll move on to hour number 2, and the Japanese player will start. Now, we're done with the card play. That won't happen until the planning phase. So we got all these hours of just going on air missions now. And we'll pick some cards the next turns, but there you go. We'll call this a video. Like I said, quick little mini game by Decision Games. Cactus Air Force. And they get the name Cactus Air Force. I don't know what that's from, but I think that's a code name maybe they had for Cactus for Guadalcanal, Henderson Field. And the Air Force that battled the Japanese. All air unit game. A little bit different than our hex encounter, area movement, army type deal. We haven't I have never had a full air game, so we're going to maybe get a bigger one coming down the pipe. But like I said, these are mini games for limited time space. It is not my gaming season. That's in the winter. We'll call this a video. When we come back, we'll continue it. Maybe we'll have a video for each hour. We'll see. You know me, all short attention span theater. We'll be back.